Good evening, dear ones. Welcome. We're just finishing up our setup here. It'll take another couple minutes. Let's begin this Divine Mother Kirtan with a prayer together. Please pray with me out loud or in your heart. Divine Mother,
Divine Mother,
Heavenly Father,
Heavenly Father,
beloved friend God,
beloved friend God,
great masters,
great masters,
Jesus Christ,
Jesus Christ,
Babaji Krishna,
Babaji Krishna,
Lahiri Mahashaya,
Lahiri Mahashaya,
Swami Sri Yukteswar,
Swami Sri Yukteswar,
beloved Guru,
beloved Guru,
Paramhansa Yogananda,
Paramhansa Yogananda,
saints and sages of all religions,
saints and sages of all religions,
humbly we bow at thy feet.
humbly we bow at thy feet.
Divine Mother,
Divine Mother,
we are your instruments.
we are your instruments.
Sing through our voices,
Sing through our voices,
our hearts,
our hearts,
our lives,
our lives.
your melody of harmony and love.
Your melody of harmony and love.
We are your children.
We are your children.
Come to us.
Come to us.
Om. Peace.
Peace.
Amen.
Amen.
This evening's is dedicated to the Divine Mother, and what more perfect time of the year to do so here in California than springtime. Everything is green and flowers are blooming everywhere. Little birdies are singing their little throats out, their little blessings everywhere.
As Swami would say, they're singing their little hearts sore.
So it's a time to honor the presence of the Divine Mother outwardly, but also inwardly in our lives. And so let's honor that. We'll sing a number of chants. Nirmala has a number of readings. We might squeak a story or two out of Dharmadas. We'll see if there's time for that. And there will be a meditation at some point after several chants. Not a long meditation, 5-10 minutes, something like that. But just enjoy this in the spirit of the Divine Mother singing through all of our lives. And let's act as instruments for that and just honor her presence, very much needed in this world. So we'll start with a chant to the Divine Mother in the form of Kali. And this chant is, you don't need a book for the words on this one. It's just Om Kali, Om Kali, Om. when we close our eyes for meditation, in the beginning, we are gazing into the darkness that closing our eyes brings to our human vision. And we may wonder, what is this inner light that people talk about, that people say they've experienced? And the Divine Mother can reveal that light to us, and this chant is about that revelation. And it comes very naturally. Yogananda described the experience as coming to the sincere devotee with a natural inevitability. That was the experience of samadhi, but the same logic applies to enlightenment. And so in this chant, come out of the darkness, Mother, bathe me in thy light, bathe me in thy light. Let us ask the Divine Mother to reveal herself as the divine light to our inward gaze and our inward vision.
Come out of the darkness, Mother, bathe me in thy light. Come out of the darkness, Mother, bathe me in thy light. Come out of the darkness, Mother, bathe me in thy light. Come out of the darkness, Mother, bathe me in thy I'll read to you now a passage from Yogananda's writings on the Divine Mother. Is God to be thought of only as a vast impersonal spirit without form? Or can the Creator be appealed to in some form which is more familiar to the human mind? If so, shall we say Father or Mother? God is both. There is one portion of being that is hidden, space beyond the universe where nothing exists but pure wisdom. That is the Father aspect of God. And all nature is the Mother aspect, because therein we find beauty, gentleness, tenderness, and kindness. The flowers, the birds, the beauties of trees and rivers all speak of the Mother aspect of God, the creative, artistic instinct of God. We smile when we think of the Mother, with her diamonds of stars and Milky Way, her flowery perfumes, her laughter of flowing waters, and all her beauties seen in creation. When we look at the fruitful land, at all the growing things, at the love of all creatures for their young, we feel a tenderness rise within us. We can see and feel the motherly instinct of God. And if nature's ways seem cruel and inexplicable at times, in India, in such moods, she is known as Kali. Why so do the mother's methods of protection and discipline seem so to the young child? As you sit in a dim and quiet forest, or stand against the blue sky on a mountain top, or walk on white sand by the sparkling ocean, you cannot help but feel a tenderness within you. That is your reaction to the mother aspect of God. But if you close your eyes and visualize vast space, you will be enthralled by infinity, and you will sense the vibration of pure wisdom, naught else but wisdom. That is the Father. The limitless sphere where there is no creation, no stars, no planets, but only the formless power of wisdom. That is the Father. Therefore, God is both Father and Mother. The divine man achieves a state of balance by developing both the fatherly and motherly qualities in himself. As he concentrates on the heart, he can develop the good qualities of the motherly aspect of God. And when he concentrates at the spiritual eye or wisdom center above and between the eyebrows, he will develop the wisdom qualities of God. When I concentrate on the heart, I feel all the tenderness of the mother, and the divine joy is right within my heart. And when I concentrate at the wisdom center, I feel all the wisdom of God glowing there at the spiritual eye. And now we'll sing one of Yogananda's chants, Spirit and Nature.
Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha Radha. Spirit and nature dancing together, spirit and nature dancing together. Victory to spirit and victory to nature, victory to spirit and victory to nature. Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha Radha. Spirit and nature dancing together, spirit and nature dancing together. Victory to spirit and victory to nature. Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha Radha. Spirit and nature dancing together, spirit and nature dancing together. Victory to spirit and victory to nature. Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha Radha. Spirit and nature dancing together, spirit and nature dancing together. Victory to spirit and victory to nature, victory to spirit and victory to nature. Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha Radha. Spirit and nature dancing together, spirit and nature dancing together. Victory to spirit and victory to nature. Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha Radha. Spirit and nature dancing together, victory to spirit and victory to nature. Spirit and nature dancing together, victory to spirit and victory to nature. Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha Radha. Spirit and nature dancing together, spirit and nature dancing together. Victory to spirit and victory to nature. Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha Radha. Spirit and nature dancing together, spirit and nature dancing together. Victory to spirit and victory to nature, spirit and nature dancing together. Victory to spirit and victory to nature. Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha 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 Govinda Jai Radha Radha. Spirit and nature dancing together, victory to spirit and victory to nature. Spirit and nature dancing together, victory to spirit and victory to nature. Radha 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 Govinda Jai 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 Radha 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 Govinda Jai.
I'll read a little bit more of this passage. Winning Divine Mother's love. If you sincerely determine to rectify your errors, then when you appeal to God as the mother, God quickly gives in. For you have appealed to his tenderness and unconditional love. As soon as you worship the mother, you can face her and say, Divine Mother, naughty or good, I am thy child. Many incarnations I may have been evil, but do I have to pay all this karma according to the law? I cannot wait so long to get into your presence. Mother, please forgive me. Why can you not forgive me? After all, I am your child. What is done is done. Why should you exact punishment from me? It is all past. I am not going to do it again. Then the Divine Mother says, You are naughty. Stay away from me. But you reply, You are my Divine Mother. You have to forgive me. Ask of me salvation, the Divine Mother suggests. I will give you salvation. Ask of me wisdom, and I will give you wisdom. But do not ask my love, for when you take that away, I have nothing. But if the devotee cries, No, I want only your love, then the Divine Mother says, Since you are my child and you have told me I am your mother, how could I not forgive you? And she gives you her last possession, her divine love. So if you have weaknesses, if you have failed in the battle against temptation, do not despair. After all, before God we are all sinners, but a saint is a sinner who never gave up. And you can become a saint if you persist until you receive that unconditional love of God.
So we'll sing Divine Mother's Song to the Devotee. Some of those words that Nirmala just quoted come from this chant. And I'll just add that Swamiji in his later years would sometimes refer to this chant and describe how in the chant, this is the only chant that I'm aware of where we get to hear normally we're chanting to God, we're chanting to Divine Mother or with Divine Mother, but we seldom get to hear her chanting to us, and this is her message to us. O devotee, I can give thee salvation, but not my love and devotion. For when I give those away, I give myself away. Ask of me salvation, but not my love and devotion. For indeed, when I give those away, I become poor, walking in your heart's way, or enclosed in your heart's way. And I remember Swami singing it as walking in your heart's way. So that's the way we'll do it tonight. And of course, Swamiji would explain, she's saying that, but of course the real meaning is, of course you should ask for my love, because that's the whole essence. And all this other stuff, even salvation itself, is sort of secondary to that love. So let's chant to the Divine Mother in that way. Devotee, I can give thee salvation, but not my love and devotion. For When I give those away, I give myself away. Ask of me salvation, but not my love and devotion. For indeed then, when I give those away, I become poor, walking your heart's way. O devotee, I can give thee salvation, but not my love and devotion. For when I give those away, I give myself away. Ask of me salvation, but not my love and devotion. For indeed, when I give those away, I become poor, walking your heart's way. O devotee, I can give thee salvation, but not my love and devotion. For when I give those away, I give myself away. Ask of me salvation, but not my love and devotion. For indeed, then when I give those away, I become poor, walking your heart's way. O devotee, I can give thee salvation, but not my love and devotion. When I give those away, I give myself away. Ask of me salvation, but not my love and devotion. For indeed then, when I give those away, I become poor, walking your heart's way. Devotee, I can give thee salvation, but not my love and devotion. For when I give those away, I give myself away. Ask of me salvation, but not my love and devotion. For indeed then, when I give those away, I become poor, walking your heart's way, walking your heart's way. Let's do thousands of suns. Thousands of suns. We'll have a short meditation after this next chant. This is: thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Who tells me thou art dark, mother? O my mother divine. This is in reference to Kali, who is depicted as black. So I'm going to tell a story from early days of Ananda. Early days of Ananda, in my experience. And I have to realize I don't actually consider myself to have been part of the early days of Ananda because Ananda was already 10 years old when I got there. So, you know, it was ancient as far as I was concerned. Um, and and by way of sort of explaining the context of this story, at the age of 19 or 20 when this takes place, I think probably most properly it was when I was 20, but I arrived at Ananda when I was 19. Anyone who was over 30 was clearly in the father or mother category as far as I was concerned, because that was just absolutely ancient and, you know, beyond my capability of comprehending the reality of what it would be like to be such an age. So um, had joined the monastery the summer, my first real summer at Ananda. I came in the fall of 1979, so this would have been in the summer of 1980, and had been doing construction work for most of that first year that I was at Ananda. And the construction work had sort of dried up in the late summer. We had been working on building the expanding light retreat center, the three main buildings that are kind of iconic there. This is long before the days of other housing or other buildings like our beautiful new Temple of Light that was finished last summer and dedicated last summer, long, long before any dreams of any of that. Anyway, the work had sort of dried up, and we were various ones of us casting around for what to do. And being new to the monastery, I had been getting connected with Nitai, who I talked about last week, as one of the people I really looked to and um, felt great encouragement and a bit of guidance here and there as required to a 20-year-old. Um, little sort of corrective energy occasionally came along. Seva, this evening dedicated to the Divine Mother, she for me was a Divine Mother figure, and I'll just give a brief aside here that's slightly humorous and a little bit at my mother's expense, which is a dangerous place to go, but um, I think when you hear it, how it worked out, it's very sweet. I had been telling my parents about some of the people that I met at Ananda, and I extolled the virtues of Seva, who, being in that beyond, I think, beyond 30 category, seemed very motherly to me. And she had that role in the community. She really was kind of a mother figure. She was the manager of Ananda Village at the time. I believe that was her title anyway. Whatever it was far up and in responsibility. And I monks didn't counsel with her specifically, but she did give guidance as to jobs, and she really wanted to keep people employed and keep the economic realities of the Ananda village happening, which in a rural setting like that was pretty challenging. And so she somehow called me in to her office one fine day. I think I maybe got a note saying she wanted to see me. And it was even though I had great affection for her, there was also a little bit of trepidation because often with the um, affectionate support came an assignment. And in this case, the assignment was that she didn't use the word Dharmadas. I was Peter then. She said, I think you should go to the rice harvest. And this was in August of 1980, probably late August, early September. And the rice harvest starts coming in along about then. And that was a traditional way. Several times over the years, people had gone to the rice harvest to earn money. You would work crazy hours, like 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 6, 7, 8 weeks, as long as it took to harvest all the rice. And many people did that. You didn't earn huge amounts of money per hour, but in the terms of those days, I mean, earning $5 an hour, which I think was kind of the going rate about then, added up 12 hours a day and 7 days a week. I mean, that actually added up into some money. And so I thought, okay, well, I figured I could find enough work myself to keep busy, but she saw a need for me to do this. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to go and do this. So I went off to the rice harvest and promptly did not get a job because so many people had returned from working in the rice harvest the previous year and they were giving jobs back to those who had experience. Well, I didn't have experience. I didn't have experience at much of anything, frankly, at that stage in my life. Um, so I didn't get on. I ended up, after hunting around vigorously, I ended up getting a job 20 miles away. This was Oroville, which is where a bunch of us stayed. A bunch of us lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. Um, one of the bedrooms was a temple, so we were either sleeping in the other bedroom or in the living room in sleeping bags. Our furniture consisted of 3 or 4 chairs and I think a table, and that was about it in the entire place. So it was a little rustic, shall we say. Anyway, I went to work in the bottling factory in Chico, 20 miles away from Oroville, and I worked a standard shift, and I was getting paid minimum wage, which I think in those days might have been somewhere around $3 an hour. And by the end of 6 weeks, with the expenses, my part of the rent and my part of the food and my part of the whatever, and the gas in the car that I was using, I actually came out behind. I actually came out $150 behind when I left, which was almost as much money as I had, frankly speaking, at that time. So we could say that my rice harvest experience was not entirely successful. And yet, this is the interesting thing, that as soon as I got back from there, because I had gone along with the energy, I had taken her suggestion, I had not resisted it at all. I went willingly, energetically, enthusiastically. And 20-year-olds can be fairly enthusiastic even for crazy things. And this was not particularly crazy, it was kind of intense. But I went with good energy. I came back with good energy. And lo and behold, I landed a job doing construction work again, which continued on for many, many years at that point, earning double what I had been earning in the rice harvest and, being set up for the winter. So it all worked out in the long run. And my little aside that I was starting to tell about Seva is that I had been telling my parents about these different people that I met, and I happened to mention to my mom that I sort of looked on Seva as my divine mother, kind of, like here's the earthly mother and here's the divine mother. And some while later, I don't know, a year or two later, she maybe was at Ananda and happened to ask, so who is that lady that reminds you of me? And I said, well, and I told her who it was, but I sort of chuckled inside. But I realized it wasn't entirely fair to chuckle because she didn't have, and we in our Western world don't really have a context for the Divine Mother. And so, she heard the word mother coming out of my mouth. Well, that obviously must refer to her then. It must in some way reference her personally. She didn't have a concept of a figure who could represent a concept that was much beyond in a divine sort of way. So anyway, that was a little bit of a chuckle for me. But she has been, of course, a wonderful mother, and Seva was very influential in many, many ways, very encouraging and supportive. And like with the rice harvest, occasionally there was a little bit of a um, encouragement in the form of a boot to my backside to kind of move and put out the energy. but always in a very loving way and a very supportive way. So I've always deeply appreciated her presence in my life. And so we will sing another chant, or do you want to tell? Okay, all right. So Nirmala's going to do another reading, and then that'll lead into another chant. And then we'll change the camera here. So I guess for those who are keeping track, that brings me up to 4 on my list of 12 or 13 people. So you'll just have to stick around for another time to get another episode in the Dharmadas view of early Ananda.
This section is called...
Got to turn your mic on or put it on or do something to it.
This section is called Her Omnipresence.
Got to bring it real close.
There is nothing greater than to feel she is with you. So meditate upon the presence of the Divine Mother who will look after you in every way, whether your trouble is sorrow, pain, or sickness. Learn to do the Divine Mother's work as you would work for your own mother. Realize that you are here to love her and to help her cause as you would help yourself. All forms of human love in their perfection are encased in the love of God. Once I was in Palm Springs. Under the desert sky, I was chanting devotional hymns of India. Then in the stones and palms and everywhere, I saw her. It is true that God has no form, but to please the devotee, he can assume any form that you want. So when I was chanting this song, Mother, I give thee my soul call, thou canst not remain hidden anymore. Come out of the silent skies, come out of the cave of silence. She appeared everywhere. You have no idea how wonderful Divine Mother is, how great she is, how loving she is, how important to your happiness she is. And now we'll sing this chant. You can't remain hidden anymore.
Mother, I give you. The silent sky, come out of the mountain glen, come out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain glen. Turn it down. Come out of my secret soul, Mother, come out of my secrets more. Come out of my cave of silence, come out of my cave of silence, come out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain glen, come out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain glen, come out of my secret soul, Mother, come out of my secret soul, come out of my cave of silence, come out of my cave of silence. Mother, I give you my soul, 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 God. You can't remain hidden anymore. You can't remain hidden anymore. Give my mother a soul, 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 God. She can't remain hidden anymore. She can't remain hidden anymore. Come out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain glen, come out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain glen, come out of my secret soul, Mother, come out of my secret soul, come out of my cave of silence, come out of my cave of silence. Come out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain glen, come out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain glen, come out of my secret soul, Mother, come out of my secret soul, come out of my cave of silence, come out of my cave of silence. Mother, I give you my soul, 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 God. You can't remain hidden anymore. You can't remain hidden anymore. Give my mother a soul, 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 God. She can't remain hidden anymore. She can't remain hidden anymore. Come out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain, come out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain, come out of my secret soul, Mother, come out of my secret soul, come out of my cave of silence, come out of my cave of silence, come out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain glen, come out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain glen, come out of my secret soul, Mother, come out of my secret soul, come out of my secret soul, Mother, come out of my secret soul, come out of my cave of silence, come out of my cave of silence. Mother, I give you my soul, 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 God. You can't remain hidden anymore. You can't remain hidden anymore. Give my mother a soul, 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 God. She can't remain hidden anymore. She can't remain hidden anymore. You can't remain hidden anymore.
The beloved one. Yes, the Divine Mother is the source of your well-being because you are here only for a little while. Everything, sorry. This section is called the Beloved One. Because you are here only for a little while, everything you experience is temporary. The association polluted by the temptations of the world so that you forget the reality. The Creator can be known, the Master Mistress of the universe who twinkles in the stars, whose life throb is in every blade of grass, is the one you must find. That is the most important thing in this world. You must seek the beloved in the temple of silence. When your heart again and again with unquenchable devotion and attention cries to the Divine Mother, then you will find her. God is realizable. God is knowable. I do not talk to you about an unknown God, but one that I have known, one that is more real to me than all the things you perceive around you, one that is the very ocean beneath the waves of our lives. You can do without anything, but you cannot do without God. Remember, the beloved can only be known in the secrecy of your devotion. If you let many people know about your devotion, you will not succeed. You must make love to the Divine Beloved in the temple of your silence with continuous asking, reveal thyself, reveal thyself.
We'll sing Reveal Thyself by Swami. Reveal thyself, 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 reveal thyself. Reveal thyself, 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 reveal thyself. Reveal thyself, 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 reveal thyself. Reveal thyself, 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 reveal thyself. Reveal thyself, 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 reveal thyself. Reveal thyself, reveal thyself, reveal thyself.
Take this chant as a call to the Divine Mother. I have been roaming, I have been roaming, forsaken by thee, who has seen me groping, hardly ever entering. I shall be roaming, roaming, I shall be roaming, roaming, thirsting all boundaries of heart, evermore moving towards thee, to thy vast unthrobbing heart. Through endless incarnation, I've called out for thy name. Through endless incarnations, I've called out for thy name. Searching by the streamlet song, all my silvery dreams. Searching by the streamlet song,
all my silvery dreams.
I have been roaming,
I have been roaming, forsaken by thee. Who has seen me groping, hardly ever answering? I shall be roaming, roaming. I shall be roaming, roaming,
Bursting all boundaries apart, evermore moving
towards
towards
thee,
to thy vast and throbbing heart.
through endless incarnations, I've called out for thy name. Through endless incarnations, I've called out for thy name. Searching by the streamlet song, all my silvery dreams. Searching by the streamlet song, all my silvery dreams.
I have
Been roaming, I have been roaming,
forsaken by thee.
Who has seen me groping,
Hardly ever answering.
I shall be roaming, roaming. I shall be roaming, roaming,
Bursting all boundaries apart, evermore moving towards thee, to thy vast and throbbing heart. Through endless incarnations, I've called out for thy name. Through endless incarnations,
I've called out for thy name. Searching by the streamlet song, all my silvery dreams. Searching by the streamlet song, all my silvery dreams.
I have
Been roaming, roaming,
I have
been roaming,
forsaken by thee. Who has seen me groping, hardly ever answering? I shall be roaming, roaming. I shall be roaming, roaming, bursting all boundaries apart, evermore moving towards thee, to thy vast and throbbing heart.
through endless incarnations, I've called out for thy name. Through endless incarnations, I've called out for thy name. Searching by the streamlet song, all my silvery dreams. Searching by the streamlet song, all my silvery dreams.
I have
Been roaming,
I have
been roaming,
forsaken by thee.
who has seen me groping, hardly ever answering. I shall be roaming, roaming, I shall be roaming, roaming, bursting all boundaries of heart, evermore moving towards thee, to thy vast and throbbing heart.
I
Shall be roaming, roaming,
I shall be roaming, roaming, bursting all boundaries of harm, evermore moving towards thee, to thy vast and throbbing heart. I shall be roaming, roaming, I shall be roaming, roaming, bursting all boundaries of harm, evermore moving towards thee, to thy vast and throbbing heart. Evermore moving towards thee, to thy vast and throbbing heart. Evermore moving towards thee, to thy vast and throbbing heart.
We'll sing now a chant to the Divine Mother. This is a very inward chant, and it's not practical in the moment to turn the lights down, but this is a chant to take deep within. This is when my dream's dream is done. And I'll just say the words because the melody of the chant is complicated enough that it makes articulating the words specifically somewhat challenging. And so, whence do they come here? Whither do they flit away? In all follies dark sway, keep floating on hope's way. Take the dust of each one's feet, serving mother where she sleeps. Whence do they come here? Whither do they flit away? So long as life sweetly smiles, let us all swim in smiles. When my dream's dream is done, she will lift me on her lap. For those who are familiar with the various editions of Cosmic Chants, that second verse is not in the one that we typically use. It comes from the 1938 version of Cosmic Chants. So that mystery verse, that's where its origin is. Whence do they come here? Whither do they flit away? Whence do they come here? Whither do they flit in our folly's dark sway? Keep floating on hope's wing. Take the dust of each one's feet, serving Mother where she sleeps. Take the dust of each one's feet, serving Mother where she sleeps. Whence do they come here? Whither do they flit on? Whence do they come here? Whither do they flit on? So long as life sweetly smiles, let us all swim in smiles. When my dream's dream is done, she will lift me on her. When my dream's dream is done, she will lift me on her. When my dream's dream is done, she will lift me on her. Let's close now by chanting Om to the Divine Mother, with the Divine Mother, through the Divine Mother. Send this out, send this vibration throughout the world, filling it with harmony, healing grace, divine love. God bless you all.